Hey, there's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a 2011 Toyota Estima Hybrid. Okay, so this one here is bought from auction here in Japan. We're going to be exporting it over to Bristol in the UK. This one has 178,000 kilometers, which is a little bit on the higher range for a vehicle from 2011. But that said, you can usually get a good, decent amount of savings when buying a car at higher mileage. And these Estima hybrids are known to be quite reliable in terms of drivetrain, how they handle the interior, and the amount of wear that is visible on it. And this one looks like a very good, solid vehicle. So I think this is a good purchase. Now it says ready up there. You see that? That means that the car is on right now. We can't hear it, but the car is on. Because it is a hybrid, it has just turned off the motor. So have a listen. Okay, and if you depress the pedal, you can force the engine to come on, which is what I just did there. And let's just switch that off for now. Now, the vehicle only has a few minor problems. One of them is a small problem, but an annoying one. This flaps down. It's broken internally, and so needs to be replaced. If you need us to get one of these pieces for you, then we can get one of these pieces for you. That's an annoying sound. Let's see if we can get it to stop. There we go. All is good. Except for this. Yeah. Okay, now I did check over the car. The oil looks good. The coolant, both coolants look good. Hybrid has the coolant for your gasoline engine and the coolant for the hybrid Synergy drive electric motor. All of that appears to be good. I did take it for a little bit of drive up and down the street just to pre-park it, and it drives nice and fine. Now the tires here are a 2013 tire, so it's a nice little win. I said, there's a video that comes with this video package. There's 5 videos in total and like 100 pictures or something. These tires, I said, oh, they're not compliant for Canada, thinking that this car is going to Canada when it's actually going to the UK. This one does have E2 marking on it, and yes, a 2023. And good tires. They're not terribly expensive. They're about mid-range. They're Michelin Cross Climate. A very good all-year-round tire. Still a very good winter tire that you can use in the summer if you wanted, especially in a colder climate would be fine. I had mine on my van for 6 years before they ran out, and so not too bad in terms of mileage for a winter tire. Okay, let's close the hood here. Just put this into place. There we go. Have a quick read over the auction inspection sheet here. So 2011 Estima Hybrid. The Estima, by the way, is what happened to the Previa. In other parts of the world, this was called the Previa for the first generation, and then it was dropped in replacement of the Sienna, which was, the Sienna replaced the Previa. And the Sienna is huge, and this continued to be a nice trim vehicle. It's for somebody who needs a minivan, but kind of a smaller minivan. I like the styling of them. They're very popular here in Japan and generally pretty inexpensive once you get them a little bit older. This one's a 4-wheel drive. I think you can get the hybrid in both 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I know you can get the regular version of this in 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Okay, auction grade 3.5, interior grade C, exterior grade C, 178, 625 kilometers on it, automatic transmission, sort of. It's a hybrid Synergy drive transmission, which is not really an automatic transmission, but it's not a manual. Purchase from user is the only sales point. It's an 8-seater. It says interior is dirty, exterior has shallow scratches, interior has some small scratches, and the sun visor is broken. Also on the body, it says A3 on the front bumper, which seems reasonable. A3 on the roof, which while that seems reasonable, the roof is also up really high, so you don't really see it. And then A2 over here on the door, which is fairly minor. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, so generally pretty good looking body, I would say. Let's take you for a tour around it. Okay, and this is a fully original Estima. It has the original wheels on it, or the original aero parts on it. I do like how sleek and aerodynamic that the car is. And I wonder how this compares to the Alphard, which is Toyota's bigger van. The top level for Toyota is the Alphard, and then there's 2 kind of mid-levels, which are the Estima and the Noah/Voxy. And I'm not sure which one of those is higher in the product range. I think the Estima is, but I haven't actually checked. And like I said, yes, very, very popular vehicles here in Japan. The Estima Hybrid has some slight differences in the styling. For one, you get a blue badge here, and then have a look. It's got a front camera. You also have a side mirror camera and then the back camera as well. And then you get blue tinged headlights. These ones here have been faded a little bit, but it's not too bad. And then the tail lights are also blue tinted and otherwise a clear lens. And so it gives you a little bit of a visual difference between the regular version of the Estima and the hybrid version. You also get badging, Estima hybrid, and the hybrid synergy drive badge, and then E4G, which is four-wheel drive, plus G is the level of the car. The paint is overall in quite good condition. You'd think on a minivan that's this old, you start to get a little bit of fade normally, but it looks like they had paid for glass sealant at some point, which would save it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 extra years, maybe 4. Okay, looking at damages, our A3 on the front bumper. And then it's got sonar here, boop, boop, and obviously another couple of them over here. The sonar will beep when you get close to things, convenient / annoying. Depends. I mean, if it saves you from hurting your car, then it's maybe less annoying. Okay, all down this side is all excellent until we get to the door. The door is the A2 damage, and there's a slight scuff that goes along here, basically from here back, including right there. And now this piece here is a plastic piece of trim, and it just protects the bottoms. Like if you know older Toyota cars, they would always rust at the bottom of the doors as they would collect rock chips and things like that. And nowadays you'll see this wraparound style plastic cover that covers all of the sill so that you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, back bumper is looking good. I don't think there's really any other damages except for the scratches on the roof, so I'll show you that now. Step up here, and the roof is really dirty, and then the scratches have gotten dirt in them, so they're going to look a little bit worse as a result. Now this is up too high to see. Here's the view of somebody who's 5'10". If you are a giant, you might be able to see the scratches up there. And then it looks like your rain guard is coming up a little bit here and on the other side. And so if it really bothers you, you could do a repaint of the roof. You don't have to worry about a C pillar here or a D pillar here blending in with the body. It is a complete cutoff. So you can just paint these without having worried about masking / blending or things like that. Okay, so that's all of the exterior. I think overall we can be really happy with the exterior of this one. Signals and mirrors, which is good. Let's go now to the interior. And I do love the seats in these. And if you're buying a minivan, the interior is really important. The setup of it and where everything is and where the cup holders are and how many cup holders. So this one has stow and go seats. This back row actually folds completely into the little slot that is down here. So you can pull this up, and this is right now a storage compartment, which is quite deep. It is a little bit of a pain to flip up when you've got a camera in your hands, but it goes like that. Okay, we have some mild staining of the carpet. You can see some down there and a little bit up here. I'm not sure what that is. Overall, the interior is good, but there are a number of areas where it seems a little bit dirty and needs to be washed. Okay, gotta say too, full curtains, including the back, the sides, and a partition curtain that goes right here on both sides, leaving you a little bit of space for that monitor that flips down. I don't think the seller mentioned the monitor, so that was a bit of a surprise. Oh, looks like it's super time. Hi, Max. Sounds like the clutch on that one, your release bearing is having issues. Okay, so here you can see the seats. Generally quite comfortable seats. Of course, these ones slide forward and backward. And right now in the full back position, giving you tons and tons of legroom and a full flat floor, making it really easy to get in and out of and very comfortable for anyone who's sitting in these seats. You also have ISOFIX anchors here, here, there, and there, and possibly in the back seats too, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Cup holders are in the side cushion, but it does that weird thing of sagging the side cushion down. So your drinks are going to be at a bit of an angle unless you tilt this back. And if you, even if you tilt it back, wow. Okay, kind of a weird engineering. Not like it hurts anything. Drinks aren't going to fall out of that, but still a little bit weird. Okay. You pull up this to get into the back seat. I would say it's generally pretty easy for children to do. To pull it forward, a little bit challenging for children to pull that seat back into position. Of course, if you just want to pull the seat back into position like that, you're fine. But to slide it back requires a 12 years old and up, I would say. Look at that. Dirty girl. Back seat's still generally usable. I'd say you get a little bit less room than the Alphard. It's not a huge difference between the two. And the seat is maybe a little bit closer to the floor, making it a little bit less adult friendly. Still definitely usable. Flip down monitor there. And there is, there's AV input, which is nowadays kind of old. I'll show you that. So this one here that has the yellow, white, and the red for input. So you could do like an old DVD player or something. And then this goes up to 1500 watts. So you could do like a Nintendo 64, a Nintendo GameCube, or even a Nintendo Wii. But everything after the Nintendo Wii didn't have this kind of setup. I don't know which PlayStation it was. I'm sorry, I didn't have PlayStations. Neither did I have a Wii or a Wii U. I do have a Switch now, and it wouldn't work, but the Switch is portable, so I'm not sure it matters. Okay, into the car, and this section here has quite a bit of wear on this section. It's also dirty, so maybe if you get that out, you don't see the wear as much. I do really like this fake wood. I think it's a nice pattern, and I think it looks good on the interior. And beige, you would think as a family, like if you have kids, you would think beige is a color to stay away from. It actually hides dirt fairly well compared to like a black interior. And so I have a beige interior in my minivan, and it suits me just fine. Okay, really, really needs a good vacuuming down here. And that this needs more than just a vacuuming. That needs proper extractor. And then there's a few areas like this where somebody spilled something or splashed onto it and hasn't wiped it away. The steering wheel has controls on it. You can do audio, or you can change your CD track. There's that. There's this. You can put something in there. Same thing goes with the one on this side. Okay. Generally pretty modern looking gauge set. I like the look of that. AC is working good. Power steering works good. Brakes work good. 2 cup holders here. And then a place for bottles in the door. And what's this? Just a free box? Okay. And a view your kids mirror. Definitely for the family. I know it doesn't look very good because there's a piece of plastic over it. I guess the previous owner never used this, but this will give you a good view of your kids, so you can just glance up to see how they're doing instead of using, or like angling this in a way that you can see your kids and outside at the same time. Seat heaters, EV mode. You're not going to get a huge range because it's a heavy vehicle and not a big battery. Air purifier in here, and the inside smells pretty good. I don't think it's been smoked in. Okay, so I think that we have shot enough of the car, so we'll shut this down now. How many minutes are we at? 13 minutes? That's not bad. Okay, so that'll be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope everyone has a good day. Bye for now.